as we take a look at our Dobbs, Tyre, and Otto starting goaltenders as we take a look at Pekka Rinne, the Finn that goes 6'5". He's talking to him today. The key is to let pucks come to him, control rebounds to the side. He's a very active goaltender with great hands, and he smothers a lot of pucks. At the other end of the ice, it's a Slovak. Get a little bump in the road there last night. That's not new if you're going to be a National Hockey League star. For Jaroslav Halak, it's bounce back mentality. That means first save. And of course, get back to that solid foundation and that calmness that makes him such a great goaltender.
The Blues have won 7 of 8. Nashville has lost 5 in a row as they wrap up a 5-game road trip. It is Berglund, Steen, and D'Agostini against David Legwand, J.P. Dumont, and Joel Ward. It is the 3rd of 6 meetings this year. So far, they've split the season series. Blues control the draw, and Keaton dumps it in. And Bullion back, number 51. Here's Steen on the wall. Now gets some support. D'Agostini, and he fanned on the shot. And Ward to center ice. And hammered in by Dumont. That hit the leg of Pietrangelo. And he is limping. Now Shea Weber, a drive and a pad save. And then Keaton fell over Halak after the save. Weber can really bring it, but has been held to 1 goal on the year. Berglund gets it in, and Pietrangelo limps to the Blues bench.
That's a wicked slap shot right off the foot, right between the tongue probably and where the skate lace is, and there's that little opening right there. And I know Bernie, he's at the far end, but boy, do those sting.
Yeah, they do, Panger, but he already gave Ray the nod that he's okay. Don't even come down.
Good stuff.
Now Marcel Gotch in against Eric Johnson. Gotch ducks under the check, chased by Brewer. And then Brewer gets it, but kept in by Jordan Tutu. Now for Kostitsyn, Sergei Kostitsyn, the former Canadian, but McClement gets it back to the Blues. On for Johnson. And then Crombeen, but the play goes offside. As the Blues called up a couple of players from Peoria, Nick Drzenovic and Chris Porter. So the only healthy scratch for Davis Payne is defenseman Ian Cole, as the Blues have been going with 7D.
Yeah, time to get that 4-line game going, and a change as well on the top line as Davis Payne goes with Sobotka, and that gets David Backes over to the right side and out of the center ice position.
Right now it is Sobotka. Backes and McDonald. Tip to center. Backes got a piece of it. And Bouillon chased back on the goal by McDonald. To his partner Weber. That is kept in by Oistrik. Lobs one wide of the goal. And then Sobotka, big hit in the corner on Bouillon. And then Rinne lets it go. Handled by Weber. And tipped to center ice. Cam Jansen on the ice. He'll drop it back for Tyson Strachan. Now Drzenovic, first NHL shift for the native of Prince George, BC. Jansen back on the line. Now Strachan gets it. The shot! And that's patted away by Rinne with Boys in front. Now Boys back on the goal. And he stops the puck. Then he is belted by Bouillon. He leads the Predators in hits with 44 on the year. Oistrik to the net. Tip just wide by Drzenovic. Again, his first NHL action.
Well, that's a tremendous first shift for Nick Drzenovic. And that's exactly the start that the Blues are looking for, with that sustained pressure in the offensive zone. And I like the fact that Oistrik and Strachan go D to D, separate the defensive team a little bit, and then get shots on goal. Very simple but effective.
Now Strachan, good job ahead for Steen. Outlet feed for Pietrangelo. For D'Agostini. Lobs one to the front. That bounces wide. And then Pietrangelo in there. He was checked. Leg one the other way. 3-on-2. Over to Ward. The shot. And that was blocked in front by D'Agostini.
What a play by D'Agostini. He was covering up for Pietrangelo, who was in on the play. And he reads that perfectly, as Joel Ward had a good shot on the far side.
And that simple type of play where you cover up for your teammate did not happen last night.
No, exactly right. But that was a good offensive rush by Nashville, going to the far side, but nullified as we take a look at our Marshall wireless starting forward combinations. Here's the key right here as we see a big little Vladdy Sobotka in the middle of the ice. You see on the Nick Drzenovic centering that fourth line, and then Brewer and Johnson together, Nikitin and Pietrangelo, and Oyster and Strachan.
No score here. Shots 1-1. Marcel Gotch in his own end. That pass got by McClement back to center. Now Eric Johnson at the line. Glove down by Alexander Sulzer. And now Kevin Klein in his own zone for Sulzer. Watched by McClement. Predators' last game was Sunday in Anaheim, a 5-4 loss. They actually flew home after the game. They lost that game with 1.7 seconds left when Paul Mara scored.
Incredible that Mara jumped into the play like that after Cody Franzen made a brilliant play to tie up the game late. But that's hockey, isn't it? The Preds got off to a great start this year, and now they're in a bit of a bind.
Here's a shot by Strachan, blocked in front, and then Sabotka in the corner. Gets some support there from McDonald. Now Patrick Hornquist can't move it away. Sabotka, great pass to Backus. He shoots, and he missed the net from the deep slot. Back of the goal, comes in front, off McDonald, and then knocked to the corner by Hornquist. Down to the other side, Bouillon, wearing an assistant captaincy letter on his shoulder for the first time. And the puck to center ice now for Hornquist. That play just now is called offside at the Blues line.
Well, Davis Payne talked before the game about putting Sabotka's line up against O'Reilly, and it's Sullivan, O'Reilly, and Hornquist that are the top offensive line for the Nashville Predators, and they're good. But Sabotka is really good on the defensive side of the puck. He always gets himself in the right position. He doesn't cheat on the offensive side of the puck. He actually defers to the defensive side of it, so he never puts himself in a bad spot.
Yeah, that was a very good pass to David Backus.
Yes, it was. Well, Backus came off the bench on Bertie, and he came in late and joined the play, so Nashville didn't know where he came from.
Yeah, and he actually had some room to shoot on. Just barely missed the net there on that far side.
And now an icing call. Jansen with a hit right at the whistle on Spalling, and as we know, on any potential icing violation, you got to be very careful.
Yeah, you do. But the thing is that that Cam Jansen did recognize at the last second as he was about to collide with Spalling right here, and he kind of backed off, and he's got the signal going on. Hey, come on, it's all good right here. I didn't mean to drill him, because it's a fine line though between getting in there and thinking you can touch the puck and knowing that the other player's ahead of you, touching it, and it's going to be icing. It's a safety issue, is what they put into the NHL, which is good.
And the Blues off that defensive zone face-off. Boys for Jansen. Going wide on O'Brien to the net. And the stick saved by Rene. Puck shot around. And Nikitin gets it for the Blues. In just his fourth NHL game, Nikitin, the rookie from Russia. And the puck slides to center ice, handled by Pietrangelo.
Yeah, they've been good together. They've communicated extremely well. And now with the typical 6D, it'd be a little bit easier for Brad Shaw that runs the D, John, just getting his pairings out there and making sure that Johnson and Brewer are out against the top lines, certainly of Nashville.
Here comes Bouillon for the Predators. His wrist shot, that's blocked away by Halak. Then ahead for D'Agostini, great pass to Berglund. And the play was offside. I think Steen on left wing. But a good start for the Blues against Barry Trotz's Predators. Trotz, the only coach this club has ever had in his 13th year. After a great start, 5-0-3, they've lost 5 straight.
Well, 916th game for Barry Trotz, and amazingly, 23 of 30 coaches have been with their team less than 3 years. Wow, coming on the heels of course, Lindy Ruff coaching in his 1,000th game last night and winning that game.
And on the faceoff, Crombeen nudges one ahead to Porter. Porter played a couple of games with the Blues 2 years ago. As a matter of fact, in his first ever game against Nashville, had an assist. So Porter's second call up to the Blues.
Yeah, he's a kid that's paid his dues and played well down in the American Hockey League. He's kept himself motivated, and now is the time to shut the door behind you.
And is always in excellent shape.
Yeah.
Is Chris Porter. Now it's Crombeen. He'll get one to the corner. Porter goes after it. He bumps with Klein.
it's a golden opportunity for so many young players like Porter and Drzenovic with the terrible news of TJ Oshie being out for the next 3 months at least.
Now the Blues, after a change, Backus gets it near the line, and it goes off a stick out of play. So a chance for some of the kids like Porter. No score here in the first period. Legwan, J.P. Dumont, and Joel Ward. It is the third of 6. No score here. A look at Jefferson Barracks Cemetery. And again, on this Veterans Day, our thoughts and prayers with those who have left us and those who serve us all around the world. We certainly do appreciate it, and always in our minds, especially on this Veterans Day.
And in Canada, Remembrance Day, you see a lot of the poppies being worn by coaches around the NHL, and my father served as well. So a lot of people have ties and family members that do it for the freedom of all of us. And that is special. They're the heroes. Big boy?
Absolutely. Let's check in downstairs for this Bommarito Automotive Update with Bernie.
Well, guys, one thing that Davis Payne wanted to do is get everybody into the action very early. He wanted to get the forecheck going, the pressure game, and so far so good. Been able to change the lines very quickly. Has everybody feeling their legs now, especially after playing last night. The Nashville Predators did not play, so they're the rested team, so he felt that he had to get everybody involved real early.
Davis said last night's game, they tried to reinvent the wheel in his hockey club. No attention at all to detail. And so far early on, they've had a good start, good structure.
And I think that wheel was square last night, John.
Yeah, something like that. As the Keaton is knocked down back of the goal. Ward picks it up. He looks around. Back on the line, a shot. And Sulzer missed the net. He was wide open. D'Agostini into the zone for Steen. Trying to go around Klein. Klein, a good job on Steen. And now reversed there by Dumont. And the Blues go off on a line change. Nearly 8 minutes gone in the first. Shots 2-2. Sulzer for Hornquist. Lobs one through the goal crease area. And up the boards and tipped up by Eric Johnson. I'm not really sure what Hornquist was trying to do there. Now Halak ahead. Hornquist again. He had the game-winning goal the first time these clubs met. That was in a 4-3 win.
That whole line is, three-man wrecking crew.
Now a wide open shot by Weber and a save by Halak. Best chance of the night for the Predators. And then Sobotka, good defensive play to break it up. Tips it on for Eric Johnson. And the hard dump in for Sobotka. On to his line mate Backus. Rushes one back for Sobotka. Looking for the give and go, it wasn't there. And then Hornquist checks Sobotka. That hit the linesman, maybe a break for the Blues.
Yeah, for sure it was. Linesman couldn't get out of the way. Great shift, though, by Sobotka. Really great shift. He had his best game as a Blue in Boston in his return. And didn't quite follow that up in New York, but has been excellent so far here.
He had the only goal in regulation in that 2-1 shootout win. Cam Jansen on the attack. Now for Drzenovic. Had a good chance on his first shift. Back for Strachan. And then for Oystrick. Tipped. And that goes just wide. As Boys got his stick in the air and tipped it. And the Predators feed it ahead for Wilson. Colin Wilson at center ice. Slowed up. And now good support there by Drzenovic. And he'll toss one back of the goal. Picked up by O'Brien.
Now, Drzenovic's ability is he's got extremely good hockey sense and awareness around the ice. He can make a play. He's smart. And you see already in only his first 3 shifts that he's got great composure on the ice in his first NHL game.
Now McClement, a shot. And it's on the line and not in. Rene had no idea where it was. That stopped about an inch short. Now Gotchback fires it. And an arm save by Halak. And the Blues get it again. Porter. And off the glass to center ice.
Boy, that puck was just going so slowly between the legs of Pekka Rinne, and it just didn't have enough to get across the goal line.
Now Porter breaks it up at center ice. And the Blues go on a line change midway through the first.
Good end-to-end action. Doesn't that happen all the time? A close call at one end, and then the Nashville Predators had a 4-on-2 going the other way.
This is Sulzer. And then Halak to play it back of the net. On the boards for Steen. He's pressured by Legwand. And then Dumont and Brewer come in. They join the party. But the Blues with Berglund. At center ice now, Eric Johnson to the Nashville line. That's punched away by Bouillon. And again, Johnson on Ward. Dumont, or rather Legwand, back for Weber. Of course, Weber normally paired with Ryan Suter, who is out with a lower body injury. And that has really hurt the Predators. And it's hurt Weber with his normal partner. Or without him, he's been -7 since the injury.
Yeah, they are really a tremendous compliment. One, the big, hard-shooting right-hander, and Ryan Suter, just an overall complete defenseman who was so brilliant with Team USA at the Olympics.
Non-stop action here. O'Reilly gets it. He has points in 4 straight games. In front, Hornquist, quick shot, that was blocked. Good job by Porter to fill the lane. Sobotka throws it ahead for McDonald to the net. Rebound, Sobotka. That shot blocked. He gets it again. Now Oystrick looking for a pass.
He was trying to go to the far side to McDonald.
Here's Sobotka way high. Oystrick to the net. Intended for David Backes, out of his reach. And that's thrown out of play. Will be delay of game, I would think.
Yes, it is. Steve Sullivan fired that over the glass from his own zone, and the Nashville Predators are taking exception to the hit by David Backes after Sullivan had chipped the puck over the glass. There will be a minor penalty on Nashville, and here's that close call. That puck just didn't have enough steam. First power play of the game, go to the Blues, and there's the chip out by Steve Sullivan as he tries to get it off the glass. He might have felt the little backside pressure. He got hit kind of from the side right there. No problem there. A little scrum ensues after that, but there's no problem. That's Jay McClemon's shot there, and it's Marcel Gotch that keeps it from crossing the goal line, and the Nashville Predators end up getting a real good quality scoring chance at the other end.
And the Blues have struggled on the power play, especially at home. Although against Nashville, in 2 games, they're 3 for 10. As Berglund gets it. Near the line, Pietrangelo. Back to the corner. And then O'Brien steps in front of Backes. The puck ringed around the boards. By Klein, but kept in. Good job by Oystrick. Here's Pietrangelo again. Beats Steen. Pressured by O'Brien. And then knocked out of the pile by Backes. Oystrick. And then behind the back for Berglund. He does a 360. Here's Backes to the net. And a save by Rene. And the puck is shot off the boards by Spaulding down the ice. Backes tried to surprise Rene there with that shot.
I was going to say, I think that's one of the keys for the Blues, and the word to be used tonight is volume. I mean, getting those pucks towards the net from all angles.
And the Predators break it up. Ward, he'll chip it in with a minute to go in the Sullivan minor penalty. And then Ward gets in front of Nikitin. And then the Blues get it back, and Eric Johnson. 4 boys on the power play. Lost the handle, taken by Seltzer. And now Weber whips it high off the glass and down.
Pretty crafty play by Seltzer behind the net. In a limited amount of space, they push that over to Weber.
Blues in an 0 for 21 power play drought.
Yikes.
And is blasted in by Johnson. Boys and McDonald race in. Boys chops away. Now Boys back for Johnson. And then on the half boards to McDonald. Good deep in by Nikitin. Through a seam now for McDonald. 5 to go on the power play. Nikitin gets it again. Now Boys in front, it bounced over McDonald's stick. And Sullivan is out. And the Blues 0 for 1. They had 1 shot.
I thought the Nashville penalty kill was very, very good. There's a lot of pressure there, and they supported the puck well. It forced the defenseman to make quick passes that maybe, there's not a whole lot of opening there for those kind of passes.
Now Johnson, he'll come up the near side. Too far for Crombeen. Icing will be called against the Blues. Well, Mizzou basketball is back on Fox Sports Midwest. The Tigers are ranked 15th in the nation. And tomorrow they take on Arkansas Fort Smith. Mizzou basketball tomorrow at 7 on Fox Sports Midwest. Shots 5-4 for the Blues. No score. Draw one by McClement. In the first two games against Nashville, the Predators won 57% of the draws. Another icing call, led by O'Reilly, 63% effective rate in the circle.
He's a great story. His last 4 games, got a goal and 4 assists for 5 points. A guy that spent time in the American Hockey League in Milwaukee, where the Nashville Predators have really been a staple of developing players, and he's played a lot against Porter and Drzenovich. They were talking about the familiarity with a number of these players, like Cody Franzen and like O'Reilly, playing against them in the minors.
Now Crombie hunts a loose puck down in the offensive zone for Jay McClement. Chased by O'Reilly. McClement on with Drzenovich. And Crombie. Strachan trying to pinch it. But it's knocked away by Sullivan. And Crombie heads back. This pass for McClement. Had the hat trick against Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. His only goals this year. First ever hat trick for Jay McClement. Now Brewer for the Kingston, Ontario native. Sends it deep. Bouillon tracks it down. And then on the forecheck, Backus almost picked the pocket of Sulzer. And now Ward with it.
That's a player that the Blues have to pay attention to, is Big Joel Ward. I think as much as we talk about their big line with Sullivan, O'Reilly, and Hornquist, I think Ward's been excellent against the Blues.
And as Davis Payne told us, wall play is critical against the Predators.
Yep, and look at the big, strong guys on the boards.
And that's one reason why they moved Backus to the wing. Here's a loose puck at center. And Sobotka, he was knocked down to Fangio, but no call. That might have been a 2-on-1 break.
Yeah, even Sobotka was looking for the call there.
And then tap back in by Backus. Handled by Weber. The Predators captain. He got the C after Arnott was traded to New Jersey. And the play goes offside. Under 4 to play in the first period. And no score, the Blues and Predators.
Veterans Day here at Scott Trade Center. No score so far between the Blues and Predators. 3:57 left in the opening period. Ahead on the Blues Live intermission report from the Bud Light Zone. Bernie's going to talk with Nick Drzenovich, making his NHL debut tonight. We'll also tell you what's on tap for the Blues and more about the St. Louis Classic coming up in December. John, Darren, Bernie, we'll see you then.
All right, Pat, thank you very much. Drzenovich, when talking to him, he gave a lot of credit to his growth as a player to Davis Payne. Taught him a lot about how to be an NHL player on and off the ice.
Yep, I like those relationships. Every player gets a chance because they played with somebody that was a coach in the American Hockey League or the minors and then have advanced to the NHL. You forge relationships, you get trust from a coach, and hopefully you get a chance to play at one point.
Now tipped along by Jansen.
And with last change, Davis Payne put Jansen out on the ice, and he lined up against Jordan Tutu, and it looked like Jansen was certainly aggressive in trying to get the attention of him.
Jansen, a great chance there. Whistle, that was just wide.
Just missed.
Now Drzenovich, a shot, and gloved down by Arena.
You see, Cam Jansen put himself in a great offensive scoring position there, Bernie, out getting in the high slot for the one-timer.
Well, that's what we were not doing. We weren't seeing that last night at all, Panger, at all. There was none of the positioning was there. Nobody was in the high slot. The 2 guys were in forecheck, and it seemed that all 3 guys were going up. So the positional play is a lot better so far tonight.
Now Franzen keeps it in. Here's Smithson back of the goal for Kostitsin. Tried to go through the legs of Crombie, no dice. And Crombie throws it off the far boards and down the ice. 2:40 left first period. Crombie moves in down the boards. And there's Porter supported. And then Crombie again. Tried to hit McClement, goes to the corner. Porter back of the goal. And then taken by the Predators, and up the boards they come.
What are the odds of having 2 Porters in the NHL and both wearing number 32 and not related? Chris Porter and Kevin Porter of the Colorado Avalanche.
I'd say it's about 150 to 1.
Okay.
Here's Backus. In the scoreless game. I don't know what the odds are. What do you mind? Jimmy the Greek. Here comes O'Reilly. And that's tipped wide by Sobotka.
Slipped to none.
And Sobotka, good puck battle there, gets it ahead. And the Blues into the zone, 2-on-1. McDonald, he walks right in. Can't pull the trigger. Now in front. Tipped up in the air. Now McDonald again. Fires it. They score!
What a rambunctious, hairy shift that was. Holy jumping all over the place. Just speed through the neutral zone and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I thought the play was dead because Andy McDonald didn't fire the puck. Instead, Backus might have got away with one there. He just drills Sullivan right there. And then the puck goes to him. Our ING Direct Expo. Oh boy, just beyond the left leather mitt of Pekka Rinne. And the one guy that may not get a point on the play that deserves a lot of credit is Sobotka. Absolutely mauled in front of that net, battling for position. And because of that, that puck squirts over to the far side to Backus.
His second of the year, first in 12 games. His other goal came in the second game of the year in that 5-1 rout against Anaheim.
Well, it's a good start, and it's nice seeing David Backus back on the wing here, but watch the collision he has here with Sullivan. Sullivan's about to play that puck out of the air, and before the wide receiver can grab it, he gets just drilled by David Backus.
So the Blues grab a 1-0 lead. It's the 11th time in 14 games they've scored the first goal. Now Joel Ward to center ice. And he'll roll one to the corner. Strachan back defensively. Strachan and Oystrick on defense.
They have communicated extremely well. I think they've got something good going on.
D'Agostini now for Steen. And he hammers it wide on the short side. And then D'Agostini again. He made that good long stretch pass to Steen. Blues get it. Berglund with it. Back on the line to Keaton with it. No shot. Plays one to the back of the goal. Now Steen again. Hands it on to D'Agostini. And then Keaton, a shot tipped on the way through, but it was blocked by the Nashville defense. Now Pietrangelo. And then Berglund to the line. Berglund moves in. Hard shot right on, and a save by Rinne.
Oh, and Marcel Gotch just took BJ Crombeen right into the post. Gotch trying to protect Crombeen from sniffing around on a rebound. There was no rebound anyway. Like a Hoover vacuum cleaner right there in the paraphernalia of the goaltender. And there's nothing. It just sucked into the pads right there. And here's our Plaza Tire overhead camera. And it's a great view right there with the goaltender lunging to his left. And we had a great angle of it here, a gaping wide open net. And Backus made no mistake. He didn't just feather that one in there. He drilled it in the net.
And the Blues with a 1-0 lead. Eric Johnson rolls it around the end boards. Kostitsin with it. Porter kept it in, but not for long. Handled by O'Brien. And then Marcel Gotch angles one to the corner. Halak. He'll try on the far side. There's Brewer and Porter. And Porter sends an aerial to center ice. Crombeen knocked down. That'll do it. And then Porter bumped after the whistle by Kostitsin.
Yeah, I mean, the whistle had gone. Kostitsin just gave an extra shove. I like the way Porter reacted there. Just because he hasn't played a whole bunch of games in the NHL doesn't mean he's going to take a late hit.
The Predators did not get a shot in the final 10:07 of the first period, and the Blues got the goal from Backus to take the lead. Blues hockey is brought to you by Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. Shots 9-4 for the Blues. They get the goal from Backus, the assist to McDonald and Eric Johnson, and the Blues lead by one after one. With a 1-0 lead after one. John and Darren back in the broadcast booth where the Blues, with all the injuries, have that new look first line centered by Sobotka. They were pretty good in that first period.
Yeah, I mean, you really like the way he played around the puck and away from the puck. I think that's one of the keys. When you lose a game like they lost last night in Columbus, you have to get back to structure and trust and sticking with the game plan. And clearly the Blues prepared in this game, but Andy McDonald was flying. I mean, we often talk about Andy McDonald as a centerman. I mean, when the ice is that free and you skate that far, you can back anybody off the ice no matter what position you're playing. I thought Andy had an excellent first period. Sobotka finds David Backes coming off the bench, makes a great pass, and then on a failed wraparound attempt by McDonald, the play ends up going back down the ice, and McDonald holds on, and that puck goes up in the air. Everyone's trying to find it before Backes absolutely bowls over Steve Sullivan, and the puck comes right to him. And that's the only goal so far. Sobotka paid the price in front of the net. They took the assist away from Eric Johnson, and they gave it to Sobotka in front of the net. He paid a price there, that's for sure.
When the Blues held Nashville to 4 shots, and the Blues have a good record, went up by 1. 3 of those 4 shots by the Predators came from their defense, so only one forward, Gotch, had a shot on goal.
Yeah, I thought that was an excellent first period of play. And, you know, on home ice, when you're undefeated, you're playing well, and you've scored the first goal in 11 of 14, you're in good shape when you score that first goal and you establish the play and the pace, especially on the forecheck. That appears to be the key for the Blues.
And underway here in the second period. Berglund, Steen, and D'Agostini for the Blues. Against Legwand, Ward, and Wilson. Rene plays one near side. And then Steen comes in, trying to steal it. Ward goes down, along with Steen. And away from the pile is Wilson. Colin Wilson gets it in behind the Blues goal. Halak crossed up there with Nikitin, but it goes to the near side. And Steen charges back to center ice. Rene missed most of that. Now Sulzer, he'll reverse it. And taken by Gotch, lobs it high back to center.
Well, great start to the period. Alex Steen gets in there on the forecheck as the first man in, and that causes plenty of trouble. There is the whistle goes and stoppage of play right there. Faceoff will be in the neutral zone, but right off the hop on the faceoff. Watch Steen on his. Once there's control and the puck goes in, look at the pressure of the first man in. F1 comes in, that's your first forechecker, but now it continues on. And the lanes are being filled on the forecheck. He tags up, gets in there again, and again he jumps right on this play here and causes a turnover by Klein.
Steen now with 6 points in his last 6 games. Second on the club to Oshie's 10 points. It is McClement. Hands one on to Crombeen. On the cycle now for Porter. And then to McClement again. Porter back of the goal. Trying to lose Franzen. And then chipped along by Gotch. Weistruck, good job to hold it in. Snap back of the goal by McClement. Ray goes up the far side. But there are the Blues again with Strachan. And he does a great job to hold it in.
Does he ever? The all-time penalty minute leader at Ohio State University amongst defensemen. That Tyson Strachan.
Now Sobotka. Backes. And then for McDonald. Looking down low for Backes. He stops. In front, McDonald comes in. Can't get a shot. And then McDonald again. Good feed for Sobotka. Off the leg, right to Backes. Couldn't get turned around. Hard pass back to Johnson. He walks the line. Top line on the ice again. Sobotka takes a hit and takes the puck. Looking for McDonald. Cleared up the boards. Cupped in by Backes. Again, good support.
Good keep in there, you're right.
And then finally swatted away by Tutu. Eric Johnson's pass. Sobotka got a piece of that.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way down.
You know what, Bernie, if I'm not mistaken, you could hear the communication on the bench telling Sobotka to keep his head up. Because it was kind of a blind pass.
Yeah, Penny, there's been a lot of talk on the bench here. This has been nothing but business-like here. As a forecheck has been very good as well. I mean, all the units are working together. 2 guys in on the forecheck, and the 1 guy is they're making sure that he's staying high as well.
Of course, the Blues have not lost at home this year, 6-0. Here's a break in for Legwand. The shot. Blues have scored the first goal in 6 of the first 7 games this year on home ice. To the net. That's too far for Sullivan. Back on the line, Weber. Blocked. Sullivan again. The drive, and that was wide with Hornquist in front.
Might have hit Hornquist too. Otherwise, that was labeled on the outside.
And of course, going back to last year, the Blues have now won a club record 12 in a row at Scottrade. Here comes D'Agostini. Sneaks under a check. In front. Oh! Hit the crossbar. What a shot by Berglund. After a great play by D'Agostini.
And D'Agostini avoids the hit on the near side and then gets around and makes a phenomenal pass in the small area of ice.
And then a pass by Erik Johnson at center ice. Broken up. Rifled back in by Klein. 4 players go after it. Johnson there with Wilson. And then Erik Johnson under some pressure from Wilson.
Good battle there. That Wilson's relentless on him.
And then Berglund hit the referee with his pass. But it comes free for Oystrick. Doesn't get a lot on that one. But just enough. And now he follows up.
That's not the play that he wanted, though. You can tell. Oystrick's got quite a curve on his stick. So if a puck just flips up a little bit, those are going to be fanned on, and that's just what happened there.
And now Steen down the boards for Crombie. Sulzer back. And then Steen comes in. He hooked the man, and
Henley.
He'll get called.
Both referees had their arms up at the same time.
And then Smithson gives it up, and Steen will pick up the Blues' first minor of the night.
Number 20, 2 minutes for hooking.
That's Kyle Raymond making the call. He's working alongside veteran Stephen Walcom. And you know it's a minor penalty when both guys throw that arm up simultaneously. Huh, Bernie?
Yeah, he got that stick out to parallel, so it was a pretty obvious call.
Right in the hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nashville's power play, 1 for their last 23. The Blues have killed 18 in a row. And in the first 2 games against the Blues, Nashville very good, 2 for 6. Here comes Sullivan. He gets it into the wing for Hornquist. And he's chased back of the goal. Hornquist leads the club with 2 power play goals. A shot got through, and Halak had the answer.
Well, we know that Hornquist has been dangerous. Between, when you got Sullivan and O'Reilly and Hornquist, they've combined for 3 goals and 4 assists for 7 points. And now you put Hornquist on the power play here, and he's just he's got good balance in front of the net. He's not afraid to pay the price, and the timing mechanism of that puck going back to the point, and then the timing of Hornquist going to the front of the net, that's what makes that play difficult to defend against.
And that last shot on goal, Nashville's first shot in 15 minutes. Back to the first period. On the power play here, Backus breaks it up and snapped down the ice by Erik Johnson.
Good battle. I like the way David Backus is playing in this hockey game. I mean, he really won that battle with O'Reilly, and he waited for Erik Johnson to get in there to clear the zone.
Here comes Sullivan. Right back into the zone. Left it for Weber. The shot, and that was tipped and goes out of play. I believe by the Nashville player. How did he ever see that shot?
I don't know.
Let alone tip it.
You know, you see that puck coming into your body like that, and you're the one thing about Halak is he's able to slow things down as it comes into him. But what a spin around play by Sullivan, and that one time right in the wheelhouse.
No, it hit Halak.
Yeah,
it wasn't tipped.
I know, right on the blocker. And he watched it come right into him, even at that high velocity from the overhead. Watch the right side of his body on the blocker, right there. And the impact of that puck hitting the top part of his blocker flung it back.
That's that big slapper of Weber again, guys, too.
Yeah, it is.
But no screen, though, in front, so it was good news there.
Now Ward down low, gets it out high for Franzen. On this Nashville power play, he can't handle the puck on the right point. And 50 to go in Steen's minor. Now J.P. Dumont back for Legwand. David Legwand, second overall pick in '98. To the corner against Brewer. And then Ward comes in. Blues have 3 men in that corner. Now Backus comes over to help out. And then about 7 players congregate in the corner. Now Franzen with it. Looking across, and a shot hit a body, and it goes over the glass. Let's check in with Bernie for this Bommarito Automotive update.
Well, guys, this has been all business here. Usually at the end of the period when the guys go down the hallway, they're really laughing and joking, especially with the 1-0 lead. But this time it was all business. Everybody was serious. There was no smiles on the face as they went up to the locker room. It was really amazing how serious everybody was. So I think that's good news. They still have that reminder of last night in their minds, and they're going to get that out as soon as they can.
And the Blues win the faceoff, clear it down the ice. Blues won 60% of the draws in the first period. McClement was 4-0 in the circle. Now Gotch to center ice. And Gotch, a good job to hold it in. Now Kostitsyn. And then Gotch again. Steen is back. The Blues have killed it off. 2 shots against. And then Gotch. By the way, Weber has 3 of their 6 shots in the game to Shea Weber. Broken up, intended for Bullion. Good read by Crombeen. And now Klein gets it. Snaps it off the glass. 2-2 in the corner. Trying to make a play. And around the goal. It's O'Reilly to the slot. Broken up by Pietrangelo. And sends it off the window and all the way down.
Yeah, he was trying to get a better angle there. I don't think the intention was to ice the puck, but the angle that he fired it off the glass, right down the ice for icing, the Blues can't make a change.
Well, buy seats in select locations for the games on November 19th and 20th and feed a family for Thanksgiving. Purchase all-inclusive seats in the Bommarito Automotive Club seats, and a turkey will be donated to a family. For more information, call 622-BLUE and mention this promotion. Now Sullivan gets free back of the goal. Trying to go back in front for O'Reilly. Here's Steen, dish one up the wall. Hornquist, good job to hold it in, but now Steen again. Back for Pietrangelo. That goes wide of the goal. Blues want to make a change here. Predators try to catch them. And a long stretch pass. Brewer gets back ahead of Hornquist. So icing called.
See if the Blues can take advantage of this faceoff. Sobotka on the ice. And it's Brad Boyes and David Backes out there. So Andy McDonald not on this line for this faceoff anyway. And there's always set plays off faceoff. See what the Blues have in mind.
And Sobotka gets it from O'Reilly. For Brewer, a shot. Hit a body in front. And then broken up by the Predators. Dumped in by Hornquist. Eric Johnson back. Oh, Hornquist got a piece of that on goal, and Halak had to be alert. And we get a whistle. 12:06 to go in the second. The Blues with a 1-0 lead.
Well, for Barry Trotz and the coaching staff, with the injuries that they have, Matthew Lombardi and Ryan Suter in particular, you look towards your goaltender, and I think Pekka Rinne battled back in that last game against Nashville. He admitted to me this morning he didn't play well in the game in Phoenix. That was a loss. And here's a kid that told me this morning that he has great admiration for the guy at the other end of the ice. He said, I love watching Yaroslav Halak play. He's so calm as you see the goals against him, average on home ice.
And this puck is lobbed out of play by the Blues, and will they call delay?
Well, they are right now. Stephen Walcomb's going over. David Backes is trying to get the attention of one of the officials, saying it went off the glass.
Number 42 for St. Louis, minor penalty, delay game.
Well, Andy McDonald's now trying to have that conversation on him as well. Puck's on the boards. How does he? So he's trying to say that it went off the glass on or the boards before it went up over top, and referee arguing. That's a really tough one there. It's hard to believe you can get that out there so tight to the boards.
Yeah, I was watching it, Panger, there. That was the right call there. It was my angle here. Yeah, came straight up over the glass.
Good eyes, Bernie.
You know, I got a duck sometimes, so I'm watching all the time when they're coming my way.
You had better keep your head up. Nashville on its second power play. And Weber cannot hold it in. Up front for the Blues, McClement and Sobotka. On defense, Johnson and Brewer. And that's dumped in. Sobotka kicks it soccer style. Back of the goal, now played ahead. Sullivan pressured by Sobotka. Good job by Sobotka.
Oh, he's a crafty little player, isn't he?
Turnover.
You see that stick work that he used right there on Weber? Smart play.
And now the puck is dumped over the boards at the Nashville bench.
That's just he's looking like he's almost perusing the area, and he's not quite going to put pressure, but watch how crafty this play is. He's waiting. Watch his shove with the stick, and then he finishes off with a little check, knowing that he's close to the boards. He can get off for a line change. Smart play.
11-11 to go, second period. Blues on a first period goal by Backus, lead 1-0. But Backus in the box. And it's dumped in by Bouillon. Puck shot around. Franzen kept it in. Crombeen blocked it. Now in front, a drive. Blocked by Pietrangelo. Hornquist let that go. Now stolen by McDonald. Makes a move, and he was bumped a bit by Franzen. He got just enough of him.
Franzen had to lean back into it after that quick cutback by McDonald. Good play, because otherwise McDonald's off to the races.
Well, Franzen ahead for O'Reilly. And then tipped in by Hornquist. Blues go back. Steen, he hands it right to Franzen. Now for Bouillon. Predators try to go in front. Blocked by Brewer. And then O'Reilly is chased away, or rather Wilson. Boy, they go deep again. And a shot on goal. Halak. He was slashed at by Hornquist after the save, and that will get the Blues very upset.
And Nikitin doing a good job against Hornquist right there. The Russian and the Swede right there. But this all starts. B.J. Crombeen had a chance to get it out. It slid off his stick, and the Blues thought they were going north. And there's Crombeen at the very end of this one right here with Hornquist. Hornquist just has that ability to get in the dirty areas of the ice and get under the skin of opponents. Short side shot trying to get the goaltender Halak cheating. No cheating there. The goalie's got it and the whistle went. And the players take exception to Hornquist. But I will say this, that when you end up pushing the guy into the goalie, that usually spells trouble there as well.
Now 15 to go in the power play. Again, Hornquist having words with the Blues. But that puck appeared to be in the mitt of Halak.
See the coach, Peter Horacek, my old teammate, my old captain in Saginaw right there, kind of trying to calm him down a little bit, because, you know, that's when you end up, there we go. There's the change right there. And Eric Johnson bumps right into Hornquist. Looked like one of those accidentally on purpose kind of collisions.
They happen in this game, right? 15 to go in the Backus minor. And the face-off will do it again. And
you love the fire from the players, but that's what Peter Horacek was doing. He's like, okay, I think you're pushing the referee a little far here. We don't need a minor bench penalty here.
And then Clement gets it from Kostitsin. But it's not cleared. Weber, that shot hit Clement with wide.
Blues are getting sloppy. They've got pucks that they can get out, and they're not getting out of the zone.
Now Sobotka. And he is sure-handed as he clears it away.
Big confidence booster for Sobotka, though, knowing you come to the rink and you're on that top line with Backus and McDonald.
One shot against on the power play. Nashville 0 for 2. Here's Halak. Up the side. That's cut off by Kostitsin. Now Brad Boyes leaves it for Strachan. Shots 9-8 St. Louis. They lead by 1. Strachan moves in. Low shot. Penalty called. And I believe it's against the Predators, a slash as the Blues had the puck. And we get a whistle, a break in the action. Midway through the second. St. Louis up by 1.
And thank you for your service. 9:32 to go in the second period. Blues have a 1-0. Brad Shaw. Brad, your thoughts of the first period and a half?
Well, I'd like us to have a few more shots in this, not in this period. We got to get back on the attack a little bit. 2 good penalty kills. Now we have a power play of our own, so it's up to us to get momentum going our way again.
How big would it be to have a big power play goal here?
Well, it's been a while, so it'd be a big boost for everybody.
Thanks, Brad. Best of luck.
Thank you.
So 2-2 goes for Slashing. The Blues on their second power play. 0 for 1 tonight. Shots in the second. 4-0 Nashville. It's Pietrangelo back for Oystrick. On to center, Pietrangelo. He'll work it back of the goal. Rene to block it and clear it. Cut off by Steen. Out high, Pietrangelo. That shot tipped away by Spaulding. Blues recover it. And then Pietrangelo again. One-timer by Oystrick, and that was just wide. He got a lot on that. And the puck down low. And picked up again by Steen. In the slot now, Berglund lost the handle. Klein sends it around. And the Blues cannot get to it in time.
Well, it was a great entry. Something that the Blues and every team in the NHL, they work on that tirelessly. in practice, and that is going as a 5-man unit, getting the puck into the offensive zone. And on a good dump in, Alex Steen was able to maintain possession, and it was textbook.
Eric Johnson rifles one around for Brad Boyes. And then D'Agostini couldn't get there. But Johnson does. Weber trying to break it up. Ward gets it, and he pounds it all the way down. 35 to go in the 2-2 minor. Now Nick Nikitin. Long pass for D'Agostini. Enters the zone. Drops it off to Johnson. Eric Johnson. Poke check by Klein. But there's Brad Boyes on the wall. Popped up in the air. Johnson recovers it. Eric Johnson fires a rocket wide. And then Nikitin on the other point. In the slot. And then Boyes hands it on to McDonald. 10 to go in the power play. Across to Johnson. The shot tipped away. Then off the glass to center ice. Tutu's out of the box. Here's Gotch. Winds up and a save by Halak. No shot for the Blues in the power play. None in the second period. D'Agostini. Drop pass. McDonald with it. And his shot into the glove of Rene. And there's the first shot of the second by St. Louis.
Well, it all starts with the first unit. Oystrick and Pietrangelo getting the puck into the zone. And then the next unit ends up coming on the ice with Johnson on the point, and Johnson just lets this one rip from the near side. Now he misses the net. Fortunately for the Blues, they're able to kind of reset and establish that pass to the middle of the ice to Boyes. Boyes is right here in the middle of the ice, and he's trying to get himself open, but it creates a dot-to-dot opening and a good quality scoring shot there. Andy McDonald makes a nice firm pass.
Now off the face-off. Hornquist in his own zone gets it out. Now Druzenovic comes over along with Porter. And then Strachan has it for the Blues. McClement now for Druzenovic. Gets one into the Nashville zone. Long pass, Hornquist down the boards. That shot, big rebound. And the Blues got back to fire it away. Halak had trouble with that Hornquist shot.
And that's hard to defend against, because you look at one way and all of a sudden the puck comes by you the other way. I thought the Blues did a good job of reacting to that.
Now O'Reilly in there. Got his pocket picked by McClement. Then he takes a shot from Hornquist.
That Hornquist has been a ball of energy here.
Now it's Sullivan. Bouillon wide open, and they scored. Got through Halak, and O'Reilly, I think, tipped it in.
It might have been going in anyway, but O'Reilly was right there paying the price in front. And again, Hornquist, number 27, in front of the net, causes enough havoc there. I'm not sure if the goaltender, Halak, even saw it. I'm not sure if it actually hit him or hit Hornquist in front before it got to O'Reilly. But Bouillon jumps in on the weak side and ends up creating a really good scoring angle right there. And the Nashville Predators are excellent at putting the puck off to the weak side of the ice and having a defenseman or a far winger join in there and creating a scoring chance. And there O'Reilly and the top line of the Nashville Predators make the Blues pay. 1-1 now.
And O'Reilly gets his third of the year. Extends his point streak to 5 games.
Yep, 6 points in 5. 2 goals and 4 helpers.
So it's 1-1. O'Reilly was +3 the other night in that loss in Anaheim. Blues keep it in. It's D'Agostini to Berglund. Oh, and a save by Rene. What a chance there. Puck centered. D'Agostini again. Right on, and a save by Rene as the Blues come right back and have 2 good chances.
And what a battle in front of the net. Klein has given Steen a couple of jabs there up high. Berglund doing a good job in front of the net.
But the goal by O'Reilly has tied things here in the second.
Predators have tied it up. 5:46 left in the second period. 1-1 between the Blues and the Preds. Ahead on the Jack in the Box intermission report, Bernie Federico will visit with David Backes, who is the lone goal scorer for the Blues so far. Dirt cheap shot of the game, and we'll check in with the coaching staff of the Blues as well. That and much more ahead on the Blues Live intermission report. John, Darren, Bernie.
All right, Pat, the tying goal, O'Reilly from Bouillon and Sullivan at 13:44. Shots 8-2 in the second period for Nashville. Dumped in by Smithson. Eric Johnson back there. Now Ward gets it. He's met by Drzenovic. And Drzenovic against Ward. And there's a puck battle. Cam Jansen comes over to help out. But it stays in that blue zone. Now Drzenovic back to the goal. Shouldered by Spaulding.
Yeah, he's played a lot against Spaulding. Peoria versus the Milwaukee Admirals.
Now the Blues break it to center ice. Jansen gets a piece of it. Boys goes after it. Then it's knocked away from the pile. Now McClement follows up. Kicks one back of the goal. And Klein emerges, now reverses. With under 5 to play in the second period. By the way, best wishes and get well soon. TJ Oshie, of course, surgery today. Big Walt had more surgery on his mouth today.
Yeah, boy, Walt.
And get well soon. Hope to see you down at Scott Trade.
With real teeth and a smile.
Yeah, miss seeing Big Walt around, huh?
Yes, we are. Smithson left it. And a drive from the point by Weber. Tipped just wide. And then McClement against O'Reilly. Hornquist comes over there. He'll go to the line for Bouillon. And now Pietrangelo. Trying to move it away. Look out. Predators get it. And Keaton blocked it. Now a backhander by Sullivan on goal. And a penalty call. And Hornquist is escorted out of the blue paint.
I don't know who this call is on, but there's not a whole heck of a lot more the Blues can do to get Hornquist out of that blue paint. I mean, you know, he's right in there on the doorstep on a wraparound. He's right in the face of the goaltender. He's established his positioning. Already he's in the crease here. You know, stop here. You got O'Reilly right here in the crease on our ING Direct Foxmo, even before that shot is taken. Now you got Hornquist. The puck is stopped by the goaltender, like what happened in the last sequence that caused a bunch of garbage in front of the net.
Hanger, I think the call was for right there on McClement, knocking O'Reilly into the net there.
On the far side, yeah.
I think that's why O'Reilly was down there. I think I was watching the referee's arm when that happened, and that's when he put his arm up. So that was the call.
Fair call there. You know, you wonder what these players can do when a player gets that close to the goaltender at the moment of impact and then stays there.
Yeah, there's not much you can do at all.
Because you don't want to leave him there, so it starts physical confrontation. There's a fine line between that and taking a penalty. But as you said, that wasn't the minor penalty.
Right, but
the Blues are going to get another minor. Brewer clears it over the glass inadvertently, and that will be a 5-on-3. The puck seemed to roll on Brewer as he shot it.
St. Louis, minor penalty, delay again.
Yeah, it did. I mean, the no worse feeling than this. You're just trying to play it out, and it cups on the end of your blade, and all you can do is go to the box and just feel awful. Now it's about the PK for Davis Payne's squad here. A 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 37 seconds.
They've killed 4 of 5 this year. Big chance for Nashville in a 1-1 game. Sullivan gets it. Back for Weber. On for Franzen. Wilson, and then Franzen again. Sullivan through the goal, and that hit a skate, just missed the near post.
Well, that's the setup they're looking for, and that's the guy that the Blues have got to pay attention to is crafty Steve Sullivan. In fact, Sullivan had a chance probably to fire that puck and had an open net on the stick side, and he elected to go back cross-grain.
Now 65 to go in the 5-on-3. It is Wilson to the line. Wilson looks around. Hornquist goes to the front. And then Sullivan gets it. Looks out high for Weber. To Weber. With that big cannon. Sullivan across. The pass too hot for Franzen. And he does a good job to hold it in. Now back of the goal. Strachan chops it. That'll be held in by Shea Weber. Backus all over him. Oh, Franzen almost lost that to Backus. Now they go to the corner. And then Wilson moves it to Weber. And then to Sullivan. Strachan slides. Now Weber again. And that rocket miss. 20 to go in the 5-on-3. Backus can't get it. Here's Weber again. Sullivan fires it wide from a tough angle.
No room there at all. Halak was there.
Predators working in the corner. Strachan. Good job on his man. Franzen to Weber. And he broke his stick. Fanned on it. And cleared by Pietrangelo.
Oh, feel the energy in this building with that PK. Fans are on their feet here at Scottrade. Great effort.
15 to go in Brewers minor. Here comes David Legwand. In for Ward. And he was bumped by Nikitin. Now Legwand again. Kept in by Klein to Bouillon. Here's Klein again. Fakes it. And then Legwand broke it up. Brewers out of the box. What a job by the PK tonight. No shots on the 5-on-3.
Phenomenal. Just a great effort on the penalty kill that's getting better and better. And overall, it's gone to 9th best in the National Hockey League, and no surprise there with the attention to detail and the work done by everyone, including the mastermind on that end of it, Brad Shaw. But I mean, when you look at it, they got a couple of breaks because of some misplays and miscommunication from Nashville, and that was certainly a key. But I love Strachan's work down below, and Pietrangelo also, great deal of mobility.
Well, Sobotka dark by Klein with 1:20 left in the period. Sobotka in front. Oh, it went right through the slot. D'Agostini was in the area, but it missed everybody. And then Rene stopped it back of the goal. Here's Sulzer. And then 2-2, his pass blocked. And the Blues recover. Oystrick. Good feet ahead to Steen. Drop pass to Berglund. He moves in. And a shot. That's kicked away by Rene.
Yeah,
final minute.
Off the side of the net, too. Real close.
And the puck on for 2-2. Backside pressure by Berglund to break it up.
Two Swedes getting in here on the forecheck, doing a great job.
Now Kostitsin out of the corner. Up the near side for Gotch.
Two Swedes and an Italian-Canadian. Great for the meatballs.
It is an international game, as we know. Blues have it. Berglund trying to go off the boards. 20 seconds left here in the period. Rams it ahead. Dumont rolls it in. Centered by Legwand, and Hawk turned that away. Now McDonald ahead to Backus, 10 to go. Backus going wide on O'Brien. And all the way around for Brewer. And his pass comes to center ice. And that will do it. Nashville really picked it up in that second and got the only goal. Blues hockey brought to you by Bud Light. The sure sign of a good time. Here we go. The lone goal in that period by O'Reilly at 13:44. Shots 10-3 Nashville in the second. We have played 2 at Scottrade, and it's 1-1. Game here at Scottrade, another sellout. He's Darren, I'm John. Thanks for joining us tonight, and what a kill by the Blues in that second period.
Fantastic. I mean, you think of that amount of time, over a minute and a half, 5-on-3, and the PK continues to impress, but the two defensemen on the ice, Pietrangelo and Strachan, starts off the penalty kill. And you know, in a 5-on-3, sometimes you have to wing it, and you just have to be aggressive. You have to read the play. You have to force the issue. David Backus was outstanding when it came to the forward position. But here's the guy to look at if we can. Stop it here. And here's Strachan here forcing the issue on one side. Now watch where he goes after this. Here we go. Let's go to the other side now. There's Strachan doing a 2-pad slide right there like he's a street hockey goalie, but he forced the issue. They really caused Nashville to hurry up some passes, and a golden opportunity by Nashville results in 0 shots on goal thanks to that 3-man unit there, Backus, Strachan, and Pietrangelo, to begin that 5-on-3 against. Some excellent work there. Always helps too when Big Shea Weber fans on a shot that's a one-timer. But the Predators' scoreless streak against the Blues ends at 117 minutes. And when you look at the Blues scoring in 6 of the last 8 periods against Nashville, this third period, I mean, should be an incredibly intense, intelligent period. I don't think there's going to be a lot of exchanges on the rush. I don't think there's going to be a lot of odd man breaks, but both teams do manage to create a lot of offense coming through the neutral zone.
And it is a very important period. Blues trying to rebound after last night's 8-1 loss in Columbus. The Predators riding a 5-game losing streak. And points are always critical, especially in the division, on this Veterans Day and night here in St. Louis. Teams are at full strength. See if the Blues can rebound after a so-so second period, outshot 10-3. It will be Steen, Berglund, and D'Agostini for the Blues.
Berglund's been good on the dot, 57% so far in this hockey game.
Legwand, Dumont, and Ward up front for Nashville. Blues control the faceoff. They have won 62% of the draws tonight. Rene sets it up for Klein.
Oh, what
stolen by D'Agostini.
Great pressure.
Got a shot.
It's all about the pressure from the first forward and then the second forward going in, which was Steen.
Now Sulzer has it. He's under pressure. And then hands it on to Klein. Blues have 2 men in deep, Berglund and D'Agostini. Now they back off. And the Predators execute a change in the fly. Klein not in any hurry here. Gets away from Crombeen. And then Sulzer can't get it deep. Oystrick knocked it down. And he'll lob it back to the Nashville line. Sulzer smacks it ahead for Kostitsyn. Now into Gotch. Good pass. Oh, and a pad saved by a lock on 2-2.
Again, Nashville does a great job of working the puck on one side and then utilizing the weak side of the ice. And 2-2 has a right-hand shot on that left side. That's a good shot, and that's a great save with the left pad.
And what a chance there. Now McClement at center ice. Can't find Porter. And then O'Brien goes across to his partner Franzen. Back for O'Brien, the former Canuck. Up the middle it goes. For Hornquist, broken up by the Blues. Then Sobotka out of Backus. Here's Sobotka again. Drops it to McDonald. And his shot kicked in front. Loose in front and knocked away from the pack. Garrett Johnson there to spin it back in the goal. And then Backus on O'Brien. Backus won that battle, but the Predators come over and jab it onto center ice. Sullivan gets it out high, back to center. Delayed offside. Now the Blues tag up and they make a change.
Yeah, both top lines will head off the ice. Fresh troops on for both.
What a hit by Jansen on Bouillon. Long shot turned away by Halak, picked up by Pietrangelo. And he goes up the boards. Boys can't get there, but he blocks the shot. Now a drive, well wide by Weber. Weber 4 shots on goal after 2. Working the corner is Smithson against Trzenovic. Now Wilson throws one to the right point area. Shot. That may have hit the side of the goal by Weber. Pressure now. Halak has seen enough of that, and he gets the mid down and holds it for the faceoff.
Oh, Cam Jansen doing his job as a right winger. He leans into Francis Bouillon, number 51, the defenseman for the Nashville Predators. And as Bouillon releases the puck, Cam Jansen just drills him with a real good hit. And, you know, when Davis Payne talks about staying with, you know, within your game and don't try to do too much in certain areas, that was just a good, clean hit right there.
There's a shot right off the draw.
Now, I should say this.
Shot got through.
And John Kelly, if that's a little bit later than that, he's been a repeat offender on late hits. So he's a fine line there, but that was a good hit.
Drop pass now for Alex Steen. And then D'Agostini now to Berglund. This line's been good tonight. Berglund working against Sulzer. Berglund fires it back of the goal. Shots in this period. 4-0 Nashville. Sulzer again. He's eyed by Steen and Berglund. Klein's pass to nobody in particular. Handled by Eric Johnson. Now Berglund at center ice. Backus stays onside. The Blues play dump and chase. And Gotch to the near corner now for Sulzer. His long pass picked off at center by McClement. Strachan to Backus, and then back for Strachan. Here's Oystrick a feet ahead. Out of the reach of Porter. Will result in an icing call. Let's go down to Bernie for this Bommarito Automotive Update.
Well, guys, just being in the hall, these guys talking the way out from the dressing room, and they talked about the fact about keeping the shift very short. They played last night, so they want to make sure they're short shift. Make sure they get the center ice and dump it in. They don't want to have any turnovers, especially around the blue line. So look for them to make sure they get the puck deep and see if they can forecheck and maybe get a turnover in the Nashville zone.
And McClement wins another draw. He was 10-0 after 2 periods, so now 11-0.
That's pretty good.
That is real good. Now McClement under pressure from 2 Predators, Sullivan and Hornquist. Now McClement a 3rd time. Good outlet for Backus. And Backus chips it in and goes after it. Hammered by Weber. Puck comes free to McDonald. Andy McDonald hasn't scored in 9 games. Backus broke an 11-game drought earlier.
And the pressure is always on to the highest paid guys that are difference makers that get a lot of ice time. So there'll be a lot of onus, a lot of pressure, but there's always internal pressure too with an athlete like Andy. And you know that he wants to be a difference maker on the St. Louis Blues club. And sometimes that means going into areas that maybe you're not going into and getting in front, driving hard to the lane. You're going to score goals in this league, not from the outside. You're going to score them from the inside. I think the top line here has been very good for the Blues.
Off the face-off to Keaton. Back of the goal, Rene goes back up the boards now for Smithson. And then to Spaulding. Keaton steps up on him. And a traffic jam at the line.
Yeah, because he knows Andy's got great backside pressure right there on Spaulding.
Drop pass to O'Brien. To the net. That was tipped by Pietrangelo, I believe, on goal.
Yes, it was. Luckily, it hit the left pad on Halak.
Now a hit by Spaulding on Sobotka. Puck comes free now for Wilson. And he was buried by Pietrangelo. Like and the Blues the other way.
Pietrangelo read where he was going. He was kind of there even before Wilson made that move.
And then Rene goes back the other way. 5:25 gone, 3rd period. 1-1 the score. Puck up the boards. Eric Johnson cannot hold it in. And Laguan 3-on-3. Laguan a shot right into the midsection of the lock and no rebound. And now Steen gets involved.
J.P. Dumont was driving hard to the net. I think what the Blues are doing here is just protecting their crease. Kind of protecting the house right there. I mean, you know, the Nashville Predators are a well-coached club that they drive hard to the net. They go to the posts. I think both of them are going to go off, Steen and Dumont, as we take a look at our ING Direct X-Mo. And why wouldn't you? Because it is a thing of beauty. And trust me, when you're in that net, the puck's not coming that slow. Right in the bread basket, right on the note, and easily corrals that. There's no one around right there. The play's dead, and then in come the converging Nashville Predators. Sniffing around for the garbage, John Kelly. Nothing there.
And they bang away at that goaltender as much as any team.
Yep.
And goalies don't like that, do they?
Not really. I used to try to duck in underneath them there, try to slide away from them a little bit.
Now Laguan trying to go ahead with it. And now the Blues control it. Eric Johnson in this 4-on-4 battle. Trying to start to center ice. Picked up by Berglund. His pass for D'Agostini, and he's in the clear. Right in, and he scores! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you!
D'Agostini, Berglund, and Steen have been good all night long. And in a 4-on-4 situation with Steen in the penalty box, D'Agostini reads this carom off the boards brilliantly. Berglund plays it off the boards, and just barely onside is D'Agostini. He goes in, he shows great patience, he waits for the goaltender to bite, and he fires it right between the wickets right there. What a play by D'Agostini on our ING Direct X-Mo. Fantastic.
His team leading 6th of the year, and the Blues go back on top. The goal at 5:54. Now the Predators get it, and here they come, led by Sullivan. winds and fires it in an arm save by Halak. Berglund and Eric Johnson will get the assists. 2-on-2 for the Blues. Now Backus in front. McDonald was in the area, but broken up by Bouillon. What a read on that play. Weber comes in, he falls down, and Pietrangelo recovers for the Blues.
And the thing to watch now is for Nashville trailing, they'll spring a guy. Bernie, they're gonna get a guy flying the zone, so you got to have your head on a swivel, make sure you know who's behind you.
Well, especially when you got Sullivan out there or Gotch, the players that really know how to skate, they'll be cheating a little bit.
Here comes Boys at that line for McClement. 35 to go in the 4-on-4. Broken up by the Predators. Franzen ahead.
Oh,
the
boy.
King pinches in. That's a risky play.
Yes, it is.
It would have been 2-on-1, but Pietrangelo was there.
Yeah, there wasn't enough support there for that pinch, but he made a good second effort, at least to keep it in there for an extended period.
Now McClement on for Boys. To the net. And a rather awkward glove save by Irene, but he has it after a great goal by D'Agostini. Giving the Blues a 2-1 lead.
The 6', 200 Matt D'Agostini in a trade last year from the Montreal Canadiens for prospect Aaron Palushai has been nothing but golden here in his first full season. And against the Nashville Predators, he has been a force already. Plenty of confidence here in 2 games this season. He's got the 2 goals. Tonight, he comes in and a great look from the handheld camera behind, seeing the patience that D'Agostini shows there and waiting for the goaltender to open it up, and he just rips it right through him.
I like his finish into the end boards, though. That was a thing of beauty.
Safe at first, Bernie.
Exactly.
They got right back on the skates to celebrate. The Blues up by 1. Predators get it back. Line a blast and a save by Halak. Steen is out of the box along with Dumont, so back to full strike. The puck is shot over the glass. And it will come back in the blue zone.
Well, Bernie,
is that going to be another delay?
No,
it's not. It went off the board.
This went off of this with 2 sticks flying together, so the faceoff just goes into the right of Halak.
Bernie, you were there. I mean, you're obviously there between the benches as always here, and that play and that pass by Berglund, we'll dissect it in a moment, but interesting the position of Nashville's defenseman on that play.
You know, I don't know, Painter, if he recognized that it was a 4-on-4 or not. I mean, he should have known it was 4-on-4, but he didn't pick it up at all.
Here's Backus, 1-on-1, a shot. It got right on goal and a save by Rene. Now Sobotka centering this top line for Backus, and then picked up by McDonald. In the slot, Sobotka to Backus. Can't get a shot. And the puck taken by Weber, the captain, on for Sullivan. Broken up by Johnson. Sobotka again. Hornquist on the back check. Look out! He's buried by 2 Predators.
Holy jumping, he got smoked.
And he is stunned. Penalty call, a shot. And Hornquist draws some attention from D'Agostini and now Brewer. There was a penalty on the play against either Hornquist or Weber.
There was 2 of them. I'm not sure if Hornquist left his feet on this hit. Hornquist is he's a competitive player. He comes up here. I'm not sure. No, that's the left shoulder or elbow or side of Weber that actually got Sobotka. Hornquist was late on that deal. Weber was in there first. Looking at that replay, would you not agree? I think it was Weber's shoulder or arm or whatever elbow coming up there.
Yeah, I thought the elbow came up. You could have gotten either.
Oh, they're both
or
going.
Both.
Okay, so the original call, I don't know. We'll figure it out here. Another angle here. 2 of them on 1. Hornquist kind of grabs him with his loose arm, and then Weber comes in with the hit, and we'll have to see what calls were made afterwards. But the smaller Sobotka takes it up high. Maybe a hook originally and a hold on Hornquist.
And then the elbow by Weber.
And then the elbow comes up high, or the forearm or whatever on by Weber.
So the Blues should get a 5-on-3.
Now with D'Agostini going in, they're probably just going to get a 5-on-4, John.
Oh, my apology. Okay, he's in the box as well.
Yeah, D'Agostini went off as well, so it's a 5-on-4.
Nonetheless, the Blues get a power play. Leading 2-1. Their second tonight. Off the face-off, Backus. Up front with Boys and McDonald. And it's broken up and shot down the ice by Spaulding. Now for Johnson. Johnson and Nikitin back on the points. Here comes Nikitin. Break wide for Boys. Drop pass to McDonald. Can't get it deep. And the Predators will push it on to center ice. And then McDonald again. Good feed. Backus now for Boys. And around back far side. Nikitin chips it to this side. And McDonald awaits. Back for Johnson. Over for Nikitin. And then Johnson again. Here's McDonald moving in. Hand on the shot. And then he almost lost it. Kept in front. Backus was open with Boys, and he couldn't get it over there. Now Boys again to Johnson. Eric Johnson fires a shot. It got through, and a save by Rene.
Good pass by Brad Boys. After Andy McDonald kind of fought that puck on the near side, the Blues were able to keep it in. And no rebound there from the goaltender, Pekka Rinne. There's that nice pass by Brad Boys. And nearly tipped in by David Backus in front of the net, but it just eludes the shaft of his stick.
Weber off for charging. The Blues on the power play. Midway through the third. Blues try to open their home season with 7 straight wins. That would be a club record if they could win tonight. Now it's Oystrick back with Pietrangelo.
And it's all about bounce back ability too, and how you respond after the shellacking that the Columbus Blue Jackets gave them last night. And it's been good. It's been business as usual. Responding after a win or loss is what the coaching staff is trying to really show, you know, from training camp to right now. It's not going to get too high or too low after a loss, and they've treated it that way.
Here comes Berglund. 20 to go in the power play, trying to get to the slot. Now down low, Pietrangelo gets it in front, almost right through the goal crease. And then Berglund at the line for Oystrick. Into Pietrangelo, now Drezenovic.
Good puck.
Pietrangelo again, fires a shot, got through, saved by Rene, and it goes just wide. Drezenovic was on the doorstep, and it's pounded down the ice. Weber's back.
I really like that puck movement right there. And with Oystrick faking the shot at the point, he moves it over to Pietrangelo, and then Pietrangelo has that outlet right in the middle, which was Drezenovic. I mean, they're showing great composure for such young players.
2 shots in the power play. Now Crombeen at the line, can't get it. Predators into the zone. The play is offside. With 9:12 to go in the third, and the Blues up 2-1 here in St. Louis.
Now alongside John Kelly, Bernie Federico, Darren Pang, back up here in the broadcast booth. I always like saying that.
Well done.
2-1 game. And David Backus and his unit comes back on the ice as we see that last power play movement here. And it's our Taco Bell big save. Steen in front. The first shot is stopped by the glove of Pekka Rinne. The second one, because he juggles it, he has to get that right toe on it on a brilliant athletic maneuver to keep that puck out of there. 6'5", 210-pound Gumby. It's incredible some of the saves he can make.
Now it's O'Reilly in front for Bouillon. And a backhander tip just wide, maybe by Sullivan. And the Blues, Bouillon buries McDonald from behind. Referee saw it, let it go. Punched in by Sullivan again. Here's Salak to the corner now for Eric Johnson. Good pass on to Brewer, now for Backus. And then the Blues overskate it. That's got to go deep.
Yes, it does.
And now it's into the midsection of Eric Johnson. He gloves it down, and that aerial will go all the way down and result in an icing call. With a 24 left.
Andy McDonald got himself in a position where he had, I think he had some communication from the bench. They're telling him heads up. And, you know, I really think that Andy starts one way and then he kind of gets his back towards the player. And Bouillon clearly does hit him from behind like that. It's a no call on that play, but then right after that, Eric Brewer actually just drilled Steve Sullivan. And Sullivan wasn't happy with the hit. where the puck wasn't near Sullivan, so I think 2 of them there.
And now they are making Nikitin go back on the ice. After an icing call, the players must remain on the ice. Sabotka lost that faceoff. Well, Franzen down the boards. And then Kostitsyn right in front by everybody. And then a jam up near the line. Backus goes down. He was hit by Sulzer. And Gotch swings to the corner. Marcel Gotch trying to find some space. And then a long snapshot, well wide by Franzen. Kostitsyn sets it up, look out, in front, and a shot by Franzen, hit the glass.
Quality scoring chance right there.
Oh,
the winger's got to be aware.
Can't get it. Eric Johnson couldn't glove it down. Now Gotch has it again. Spins off the check. To the net. Sabotka blocked it. What a play. But Backus can't clear it. Here's Gotch again. And down low, the Blues need a change in the worst way. Halak goes high, and it's chopped at, and finally to center ice by Porter.
Good, smart play by Porter, but a great play by Halak to get that up on the glass and to be able to get that out of the zone.
You know, guys, that one play that Franzen had the good chance there from the point, that was a change. The Blues are making a change. And I don't know why. The winger came to the bench here. Porter got out there late, and that's why he was so open.
Man,
the puck fed ahead to Porter.
It's as good as it gets right there. Man, he doesn't even hit the net.
Whoa.
7 to play in regulation. Dumont drops it. And the shot well wide by Legwand. Dumont, and he scores off the boards. Surprising Halak, and he ties the game.
Stunning play here. And how that gets in on the far side is beyond me. A flick of the wrist by the very talented J.P. Dumont on the backhand. After the carom off the boards, it just looks so innocent. It's like nothing's going on there. Halak moves to his left, and it goes in on the far side. Our Plaza Tire overhead camera, yes, it's that right leg, and he kind of is smothering on this short side, and somehow there's room on the long side like that. Yikes.
And Dumont gets his first in 10 games, second of the year.
Very nonchalant play all the way around.
Yeah.
It was almost a perfect carom, though, the way it came off the end boards. I'm very unlucky there for Halak.
No doubt.
2-2. A shot by Brewer. And D'Agostini didn't get to the net. And then Bouillon wrapped up by Berglund. Berglund back on the line to Brewer. That shot hit something on the way through. Berglund gets it again. Berglund trying to move out of traffic. Predators break it up. And then rolled back in by Eric Johnson. So the goal by Dumont from Legwand at 13:08. And we are dead even at 2.
Only the second goal of the year for J.P. Dumont.
There the Blues down to center McDonald. Good feed on for Pietrangelo. 3-on-2. And a shot. Goes high and wide. Tip Sabotka there to force one down low for Backus. Can't get it in front. And the Predators skated onto center ice now for Gotch. Leaving it. And off a skate and just wide. That was close.
Did
Halak
Halak
hit Tutu and just missed.
Or did Halak get his left skate on that?
Very possible. Now Gotch back of the goal. To Kostitsyn.
Oh, good play
his
by
pocket picked. That was Pietrangelo with the stick. Now boys 2-on-2 at center. McDonald trying to hunt it down. Hits Klein. And then O'Brien now for Legwand. And he wheels to center ice with 5:15 to go in the third. And they play dump and chase. Jamek coming back quickly. Hit the back of the goal. Now get some help there from Strachan. Back into the traffic, and he got away with it. But can't clear it. And Legwand again.
Nashville's putting on the heat.
Yes, they are. Legwand trying to get in front to the lineup. High shot by Sulzer. Hit glass. Legwand again. Strachan gets away. And Strachan up the boards now for boys and on to center ice. And then Drzenik almost walked around Franzen.
You know, even when Nashville scored the game-tying goal on that kind of that fluky bounce right there, but even before that, it was their best bit of sustained pressure in a long time. They've turned it on.
Here's D'Agostini. Got it from Berglund, and a shot was wide. Now Steen comes in. Steen in the corner. And he was checked. The puck shot high back to center. And Brewer quickly across to Johnson. Blues can't get back in the zone. Now Brewer up the left side for Berglund. Takes a hit, gets it deep. And then Bouillon rushes one ahead for Franzen. And the Predators have control with 4 minutes left in the third. Even at 2 here in St. Louis. Erik Johnson turning. That pass bounces to the line. Settled by Bouillon, played by Weber. And then dumped in on goal. Look out, and a save by Halak. Oh, that bouncer.
They are tough ones, those ones.
Now it's O'Reilly back of the goal. He was hit hard by Sobotka. And they work for the puck in the corner. O'Reilly again, back of the goal. Blocked. And Johnson gets it to Backus. And the Blues will clear to center ice. Brewer with plenty of time. Rene to play this one. Oh, Backus almost surprised him. Rene looked around and said, where did that truck come from?
A bull in a china shop, huh?
There's Pietrangelo. Now to Jay McClement. Out of the pack, McDonald. For Nikitin. High shot, hit glass. He's got a bomb. And 2-2 with 3 minutes to go. His pass to center ice. And then Kostitsyn spins it in. Porter back for the Blues. Off the inboards, Pietrangelo up this side. Crombeen got a piece of that. And Klein to a wide open man at center now for 2-2. And then on to Legwand. Snaps it back of the goal. Comes to Klein again. That shot, and it's handled by Halak with Legwand right in front. And we get a stoppage with 2:37 left. The Dumont goal has tied it here in St. Louis.
2-2 hockey game here at Scott Trade. 2:37 left in regulation. Immediately after the game, of course, it is Blues Live. Darren Pang will come down to join me to help break this one down. Plenty of Blues reaction. Davis Payne's comments as well. John Kelly, this place is loud. Ready for a Blues win. Back to you.
Yes, another sellout, over 19,000 on hand. As the Blues look for their 7th straight home win. Face-off, controlled by Berglund. Got it from Ward. Not cleared. And now Nikitin back to the corner. He is hit hard by Ward and run down. And Pietrangelo calmly on for D'Agostini. He gets by a check. His goal in the third put the Blues ahead, but Dumont tied it. Now the play goes offside. With 2:16 left. Well, the Missouri Tigers take on K-State Saturday at 11:30 on Fox Sports Midwest. You can join the conversation in our Steel Game Lounge forum at foxsportsmidwest.com. Watch the game at 11:30 and head to foxsportsmidwest.com for the fan forum. O'Reilly controls the face-off. Now Shea Weber for Sullivan. Bouncing puck. Erik Johnson defending. He can't get it from O'Reilly. Now loose puck, Sobotka on it quickly. Skates away from the pack.
I love Sobotka's game. I think he's been tremendous at both ends of the ice.
Yes, he has. Now Backus. Oh, Sobotka nearly put the Blues ahead on a backdoor feed from Backus. Brilliant play.
Great save with the left pad.
And O'Reilly out of the zone. He'll roll it back of the goal.
That all starts, though, with Sobotka in his own zone making that play. And then he goes all the way down and nearly gets the goal head.
Here comes Berglund with 90 seconds to go. And Sulzer around the goal. Can't center it. And then Berglund again. Snaps it back of the goal. Now for D'Agostini. And a shot tipped on goal. It hit Steen, I believe, and right into the goal crease area, and a save by Rene.
Well, I think the coaching staff has to be pleased with what he's gotten in those top 6 forwards at this point in the game. You know, Berglund is playing incredibly well here, and considering he took a wicked gash to the mouth last night after that high stick from R.J. Umberger late in the game, and that one went off the blocker, off the body in front. I think that was Klein's leg, and that's our Plaza Tire overhead camera, and it's a good one.
That was a real smart play by D'Agostini there, waiting and then trying to just throw it to the front there. Really smart. That could have almost bounced in.
And now they have called the officials over to the penalty box area, perhaps looking at something. But I don't recall anything that came close to the goal line.
No.
I think how about the Sobotka play, guys?
Yeah,
the backdoor one?
right.
That would be the one they'd be looking at.
When he got the left pad on it.
Yes.
And I didn't think that was in, but they check everything, and that's good. On the ice, it's called no goal, so it'd have to be conclusive to find that left pad on Pekka Rinne on that quick bang-bang play from behind the net. Backus carries it in, and with one hand on, he fires it right there, and oh boy. See, from that point, to me, it does not look as if that puck goes across the goal line.
It looked like the pad was right on the line.
Yeah.
So a lot closer than I thought.
This is where I'd like the NHL to have one of the referees, because we have the microphone, to explain to the crowd we are reviewing
and to the viewers at home.
That's right, we're reviewing a chance. It was by this player moments ago to determine whether or not it's a goal.
Upon review of the play, the call on the ice stands, no goal.
And again, they don't tell you what play it was.
Yeah, because the fans in the building are like, well, what play are we talking about?
Right.
So that would be one thing, a recommendation that would be great.
Guys, I've got the 4 guys standing right next to me, sitting here saying, well, what are they talking about? Guys, they can at least see my monitor, though, so they know.
Well, that makes that seat a lot more valuable,
Yeah,
Bernie.
you're right. But that's exactly, they did not know it was the Sobotka. I mean, we had to even think about it for a second.
We'll have to get that ticket staff on that. Not only 4 tickets, but you get to see Bernie's monitor.
Believe me, they all watch it very carefully, too.
1 minute left here in regulation. Even at 2. Blues get the puck near the line. Brought along by D'Agostini. This pass hit a leg, right to Ward. Now to Spaulding, a shot, and a glove save by Halak.
Good save there. All it takes is one little pass. It goes off a skate, and instead of going north, the puck turns, and you go south. And even though that's a shot from far away, it's always one where you get up on your feet. You never know what can happen.
You know, guys, I'm looking down at the Nashville bench, and the coaches are very vocal right now. Let's not forget that the last Nashville game, they lost with 1.7 seconds in Anaheim on Sunday. So they're being told a lot of things on that bench right now.
Predators get it in front. Oh, great chance for Sullivan, and what a save by Halak.
How does he get open right there?
Yes. Great A chance. Now a shot by O'Reilly. Stick save by Halak. In front. Hornquist can't get it. O'Brien does a shot. Hit something, went well wide. Then Eric Johnson calmly out of center for Sobotka. 15 to go. Then he gets it in behind the goal. Backus races in. Now McDonald supports and has the puck. Pressured by Klein.
I think in the old days, David Backus would have tried to run Klein right out of the rink.
Here's Backus. In front, Eric Johnson, and we will go to overtime. So D'Agostini and Dumont, the goal scores in the third. Overtime is next from Scott Trade.
Well, back for the overtime session after 60 minutes, all even. We'll see if it can be decided in overtime. And here's what's happened in overtime so far here at Scott Trade. Game 1 against the Flyers. Carlo Koliakovo jumps in and wins it against Sergei Bobrovsky and the Flyers. And then defenseman Eric Johnson steps in against Pittsburgh. A tremendous hockey game, great pace. And he wins it in overtime.
And the Blues beat Atlanta in a shootout. So 4 of their 7 home games have gone to overtime.
Remember last year's Cinderella story for those games? That was Phoenix. They managed to win all those games, and you know, it turns around. Some years you get on your toes and things happen for you. For this year, it's definitely been the Blues, and I think a lot has to do with the way Davis Payne and the coaching staff encourage the players to go north. They want to win the game.
Blues have won 4 games in overtime or shootout. Nashville 0-3, 4-on-4. For 5 minutes, Nikitin now for Pietrangelo. Up front, Berglund and Steen. See if the Swedes can get it done. But the Predators steal it. Leg one. On the line to Klein. A shot. He whistled that one just wide. And the puck all the way around to center. Here's O'Brien.
Even though Pietrangelo is only 20, he knows better than what he just did there. He handcuffed everybody, so there was no out. And in fact, the Nashville Predators got a great scoring chance there.
And Klein has a heavy shot.
Yeah, he does.
Here's Klein again. waiting for his mates to change on the fly. To O'Brien.
Good first man pressure by Steen.
There's O'Reilly getting free up ice with Sullivan. O'Reilly all the way around. Looking for an opening, and Bouillon can't get it. Loose puck. Bouillon will get there ahead of Backus. And Bouillon loses Backus with good skating ability. Now Bouillon across for Sullivan. Back on the line to Weber. That drive, and he missed the goal. Eric Brewer gets it back. He knocked Sullivan down. Eric Johnson helps out, and he skips away from a couple of Predator players. Johnson up the middle, forced back to center. Out there with Pietrangelo. All the way back, Gotch is on him. Now Johnson again.
Gotch is staying with him, though.
Here's McDonald. D'Agostini to the net, and it was knocked away before he got there. Now Pietrangelo. Good job to hold it in for McDonald. Out high, and McKeaton. His pass for D'Agostini in a 2-2 game in overtime. And then Pietrangelo rifles one back to the corner. McDonald gets away, and he was tripped up and no call. And Gotch for Nashville. Here comes Big Franzen.
Nice
knocked
play
away,
by
lobbed ahead by Nikitin. One-on-one McDonald. But there's O'Brien to get there first. And O'Brien on his backhand. Trying to move it away. That boy's almost picked that off. Legwand out to center ice. Here in overtime, O'Brien gets it deep in the blue zone. And Brewer back there. He eludes the forecheck of Dumont. Down to center ice. McClement and Johnson. They can't make a play. And it's Brewer turning back in his own end. It's Jay McClement at center ice with 2:15 to go in overtime. McClement a pass. That's picked up by O'Reilly. And O'Reilly 1-on-3 here. Left it. And a drive by Bouillon, blocked by Pietrangelo. I don't think we've had a whistle, have we?
No. That O'Reilly continues to impress, though, doesn't he?
He's a smart player. We'll see his brother in Colorado on Monday. Pietrangelo to the corner. Now for Steen. Oh, had a man open in front. He didn't see him. That was Berglund. Now Berglund picks it up. Here's Berglund right in front. And a shot is covered by Rene. He tried to bank that in.
Yes, he did. And I thought there was an opening there as well. I mean, Pekka Rinne is, he's 6'5". You got the long legs. There's holes that are naturally going to be there. And here Steen wins the battle against Weber. He gets support by Berglund, and a little move there with his skates beyond the goal line. He still tries to change the angle with his stick and jam it through the legs, and at least see if there's a rebound for the forward driving hard to the net.
Now Strachan with it. That shot, and a save by Rene. And then Steen held up. The Blues have had the only 2 shots in overtime. Gotch away for Nashville. Gotch pulls up, trying to go to the net. That pass goes through everybody. Blues get it. Steen breaks it up, and he was pulled down by Seltzer. And a penalty called against Nashville. The Blues would have had a 2-on-1.
We have had end-to-end action. We've had a couple of situations where both teams thought there was going to be a minor penalty. Seltzer's stick is clearly trips up the progress of Steen. There's no question about it. Seltzer, first of all, he kind of whiffs on it, and then he gets his stick right in a corkscrew position right between the legs. So as Steen's trying to extend, he gets tripped up.
We got a timeout here, guys. David Spain got everybody's attention right now. This power play has really struggled for the last 5 or 6 games, guys, so this would be a heck of a way to win the game with a big power play goal here. But you can see the diagram going on right now. Davis has got all his troops, so 1 minute and 19 seconds, 4-on-3. I wouldn't be a better position to be in right now than they could be. This is a beauty right here, guys.
Yeah, going only 3 for 34 on home ice heading into this game. I'm going to do my quick math, and that equals 8.8%. And then in this game, 0 for 3 in the game. This is the 4th power play.
Your math is very good.
Thanks, buddy. Face-off's the key, though. 1 minute and 19. If Nashville wins the face-off, that takes off at least 15 seconds off the clock. So imperative for David Backus, the big right-hander, to win this puck along the boards where Eric Johnson is.
It'll be Backus, Berglund, Johnson and Steen, 4-on-3 power play. Nashville wins it. Legwand got the draw. Puck not cleared. Now it is by Legwand. And Johnson goes back.
Excuse me, John, you got to be real careful with the ice, too. The two forwards on the point for the Blues got to be very careful of the blue line.
Here's Eric Johnson. Defers to Steen. Steen almost checked there. He was now by Legwand, who's been great out there to kill it.
I think Steen might have to simplify the play there. He's got a chance to rifle that on net. Doesn't have to be hard, but the traffic's already there.
Under a minute to go in overtime. Johnson now for Steen. To the net. Tipped by Backus. And it went wide.
That was a good pass by Steen. Good pass. Head up all the way. And it somehow ricocheted off the blade of David Backus. He's all alone there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he knew he was alone. Steen again. He delays a bit. Now Steen back for Pietrangelo. To McDonald. That was blocked. Out high again, Pietrangelo. Now Steen lets it fly, and a save by Rene with Backus in front.
Backus is all alone in front, just waiting for a little saucer pass. Instead, it comes up high. There's the shot by McDonald that gets blocked, but McDonald stays with it to keep it alive. And there's Backus alone all in front, but that little saucer pass shot by Steen was way too high. Easy play by the goaltender.
And now 15.9 left in overtime. Face-off is crucial. McDonald will take it against Smithson, their best face-off man. And he wins it back. Cleared by Weber. And all the way down, Eric Johnson bouncing puck. And then he plays it very well. But now the Predator player gets it, Smithson. Here's Johnson again, 2 seconds. We will go to a shootout. Here it's Scott Trey. As the Blues get the only 3 shots of overtime, but a shootout is needed to decide this one.
Well, there are the shootout records. Nashville has yet to participate in the extra session so far this year. As we know, without TJ Oshie, and if you're just joining us and you didn't get the news, not good. Doug Armstrong announced today that TJ Oshie is out for 3 months after successful ankle surgery as a result of that takedown by Sammy Paulson last night. So normally Oshie goes first, and then Brad Boyes goes second. Now what's happening here is D'Agostini's going to go first. He and Boyes are communicating. Oshie shoots first, whether he scores or not. He goes over to Boyes and they communicate. What did you see with the goaltender? What was open? What was available? And that is something that they've created such great synergy with one another. So now there's the conversation between Boyes and D'Agostini, and D'Agostini's already scored in this game.
Well, basically a breakaway.
Yep.
And D'Agostini's pretty calm over here. He was just standing in front of here, just right in front of me, very relaxed, guys. So he's not feeling the heat at all.
No.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, he's got some, really tremendous patience, doesn't he, Bernie?
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't panic with the puck. He holds on to it. And the goalies have told me, Ty Conklin and Halak have said it's difficult to read the puck off his stick, like Oshie.
Yeah.
So they have similar curves, both right-hand shots. And D'Agostini's certainly making a name for himself on the offensive side of the puck here. D'Agostini scored already on a breakaway in this game. And here he comes in, he waits, and then he fires it right between the legs. So I would just say that he does the same thing in terms of waiting, and then I bet he goes high to the glove side, Bernie. If the glove collapses like it did on that play, then that'll be available.
Well, and you can bet that Rene is already aware of that, so he's already remembering it too.
The Blues will shoot first. D'Agostini against Rene. In the shootout, here he comes. And he scores! Stick side. Read the play and buried it.
Again, incredible calmness by the Ontario native. And I thought he was going to go high to the glove side. And he waits for the goaltender to kind of make a first move, and he rifles it to the far side. Rene gave him a fake poke check to try to get him unsettled. It didn't work at all. Great shot.
And O'Reilly will shoot for Nashville. 2 for 4 in his career. In on Halak. And he scores to tie it. Wow.
He just made that look easy by bringing that to the forehand and just swiping it across the grain to the glove side. That's a great shot there by O'Reilly. Really is, because it looks to me like he's going to the stick side, and he pulls it over to the far side.
And now boys, red hot on the year in the shootout. It's 1-1 after the first round. Here comes boys. Fakes it, and now a shot and a stick save. So he tried to go 5-hole.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was, waiting for that glove to drop and go up high and fanned on it. No, he was trying to go down between the legs, and the stick of Rinne was right there. And he got that stick down, made that one look easy.
And Sullivan, 8 of 24 in his career.
He's good at the old forehand, backhand, or high glove.
Lots of speed up the middle, in on Halak. And right into the gloves, thank you very much.
Good read there by Halak, he smothered him. He made that one look easy, didn't he? That's a good bounce back save there by Halak too. He gets beat on the glove side on the first one by a left-hander, and now he waits and gets that glove right on the angle. No room for that puck to get over.
Andy McDonald, the Blues' third shooter. 33% in his career. It's tied here. McDonald walks in. And a save by Rinne, and now the Predators could win it with a leg one goal.
Andy likes going over to that stick side. There wasn't much room right there, but it nearly got through the arm and the body, but it hit the body and then went wide.
So leg one, 5 for 13. Could win it here for Nashville against Halak. Leg one. And a save. Very calm.
Great save, and what a reaction from the fans here. 19,000 on their feet in great anticipation. And now the big Swede. Berglund's had a heck of a game here as we take a look at that last save. No room between the legs for leg one whatsoever there.
It'll be Berglund, the fourth shooter, 0 for 2 in his career. And you're right, he's had a very strong game.
That whole line, Steen, Berglund, and D'Agostini, real good.
Here's Berglund trying to put the Blues ahead. Lots of speed here. Moves in, backhander, and Rinne came across and made the save.
Rinne's reading and picking up the play pretty well off the stick of the Blues shooters now. Both goalies excellent here. A little forehand, backhand, and isn't able to elevate that over the glove or pad.
And Gotch will shoot for Nashville. Again, they could win it with a goal. 1 for 5 in his career. Halak must make the save. Here's Gotch. And he scores with a great move, and the Predators snap a 5-game losing streak, and the Blues lose for the first time on home ice, although they get a point.